10 years in on our Judith Plains ranch, guys. Well, our newest ranch is only like a year old, but 10 years in on this playthrough. We're using the realistic livestock mod, of course, as well. And we are finally getting into, well, building our horse ranch up here. Slowly but surely. Now, we have had some issues. We've lost a couple horses here and there, but I think today we're going to be focusing in on it and nailing it down and getting things working for us. Slowly but surely. I mean, we've got 2 stallions and 3 mares right now, and all 3 of which currently are with foal. So we should be getting some fresh new horses very, very soon, I'm hoping, at least. Now, I've also heard you guys complaints about some of my equipment. I've heard your complaints about my equipment, and we replaced a few things, as you can see. Had to make life a little bit easier since we're going to be expanding with the ranch itself. I needed to get a better way of getting hay, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if this is the best way of doing it yet, if I'm going to stay with this, but it's a start. First off, I replaced, of course, the baler we had. I needed to get something that had got rid of those baby bales. So we've got the John Deere 100 series baler, big square baler, and that's going to replace, of course, the rake with our Massey baby baler. That was kind of first things first. Secondly, I needed a better way to, well, knock down the hay, and, well, that's with the Kubota. Oh, we've got the M7 along with these 2 Pottinger mowers. Not necessarily hay binds, but mowers. That's replacing the pull-behind hay bind we were using, of course. So these 2 should be all right, I think, together. I, of course, also picked up a front loader. You gotta have that for the Kubota, I think, right? So that's gonna help us with all our horse feed that we've been storing on the racks here in the shop. Now, it's a little underpowered is what I've been finding so far. The M7, I mean, we're rocking about 170 horsepower. I do believe that this particular mowers, these Pottingers, require a little bit, they're a little less than that, like 130-ish per. So it's a little bit of a struggle, I have to admit. Luckily, we're okay because our hay field right now it's actually really flat. It's close to the farm. That's not going to be a problem. This is not going to be the main job for this tractor going forward, but I wanted to buy something that's relatively inexpensive, efficient, and can do a bunch of other things going forward. And this was just one of the smaller tasks I was kind of worried about, of course. Now, it's going to do everything I need. It's got a front PTO, which our John Deere currently doesn't. Of course, neither does the International, the Farmall behind us. Not International, it's the Farmall. Yeah, we don't have that on either of those. So I did need something that could do both of those. Now, I thought of just getting like a normal hay bind. Let's just keep it simple. We'll go with, we need another tractor is what I came down to, guys. Anyways, this is working out pretty well. Gertie was following us along, as you saw, with the tedder. And I know we could have waited a day, but it's pretty dry out here right now, so we'll come back in and we'll rake this up right away, and we'll probably get to baling soon enough as well. But yeah, it's doing the job I needed to do relatively well. Just a little bit on the underpowered side for the equipment we're running with this, but I think it will work. It'll be fine. It's just would be if we run into anything bigger than that, I think we're going to run into some problems. Let's figure out where we're going to store this. I think we got room kind of right up against the wall in here. I think that'll be just fine, guys, right on the far side. And we'll get to raking it up right away as well. Of course, we got our new baler hooked up to the John Deere. We got the Farmall with our old rake that we had on the original farm. We'll rake this all up and we'll get it all baled up right away here. And I've had a few of you asking if this is part of a larger playlist or a playthrough lately. Of course, this is our Judith Plains playthrough. We're in year 10. So go click on the playlist button on YouTube if you want to see all the videos in this playlist, or this playthrough, I should say. Of course, you can also click the link down in the description. I'll put down the whole playlist down there, or I'll even try to put a card up at the top right-hand corner if you want to see all the videos in the Judith Plains playlist. We'll make sure they're all in chronological order in there if you want to catch them all that way. Also, if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying this stuff, of course, the best way to follow with us is just to hit the subscribe button down below, and also maybe slap the like while you're down there. Give it a big old thumbs up. That'll help keep us in your algorithm. I'm actually impressed how dry this grass all is. It's all turned to hay very quickly. I was worried we were going to have lots of spots with wet grass still, but no, we've got the hays all dried up, and it looks good. We'll get some good bales off of this, hopefully. Now, this is going to be a bit of a change. Of course, we had the baby bales down here before. We've been storing those, and the big change was, well, I can only store so many bales in that storage barn that we have. Oh, we got some wet grass down here, guys. This is still wet down in this corner. Huh, a little moist. She's still a little moist down here. So we only had room for roughly 550 bales, I believe, in that storage barn. Using the baby bales, we would go through that with one cut basically of this field. I think it was this field we did 550, something along those lines. So that kind of made it so it was pretty much impossible for us to store enough bales. Whenever we'd get another cut of straw or another cut on this field, we would have to go and sell them off. I had no place to store them, which is kind of a pain in the keister. So going to the bigger bales, we'll be able to use more of that up. We can use all that storage space now a lot more efficiently, and be able to actually keep a lot more stock on hand with, well, as we have more horses and hopefully cattle at some point. I'm going to need to really maximize the storage space. Anyways, let's wrap this up, get back home. Now, we'll get the Dodge out here, we'll throw everything on the flat deck, and we'll bring all these bales back. I have no idea how many bales we got off this. I'll have to check the counter over the baler, I guess. It's something we definitely did not test or check out beforehand, but so let's just go with substantially less than what we've had before with the baby bales. It's kind of a nice change. All right, load these back up into the storage. We've got about a dozen bales lower than that. We'll see you guys when it's time to harvest some canola. We'll see you in a couple months. It should be August, I believe, by the time we're ready to go. See you guys in a bit. And just like that, we are into August, and the harvest on our canola fields has already begun. You can see I'm chasing down Matilda. She's got the John Deere and the grain cart up there. Gertie's driving the combine once again. Things are already progressing. She's already on the second headland. You know what? It gives me a great excuse to grab one of the horses. We could do, a little reconnaissance almost. We could check on everything with the horses. We've got some equipment up, ready for them to go. But I've got time now that we've hired some ranch hands to take care of a lot of the harvest stuff for us. We could just be out here kind of supervising, if you will, making sure everything is going according to plan. And yeah, it looks good. I'm curious to see what our yields are going to be this year. Guys, it's looking promising, though. Things are looking pretty good this year, I have to admit. Now, if I can keep up with them as we race down the backside of the headline, I think she'll be full on the cart here. We'll meet them back at the truck. I need to check out a little bit further into the field to see what our moisture content is. Of course, on the canola, this is our first 30-acre field. Over on this side, we've got another field south of a ravine there, just behind us. That 30-acre field as well we'll have to harvest. Don't go on the tracks, Matilda. Thank you. Good. Whew. We'll trust them around train tracks. I'm telling you, it seems like it's a recipe for disaster. But let's go check out the truck on the far side. Now, moisture levels on the canola, a little less than desirable right here from what I'm noticing. She's going to spin that around and go dump that out, I think, right now. Yeah, there she goes. Cool. Yeah. Like, moisture levels not great in here, I have to admit. I was hoping it'd be closer to optimal. Closer to optimal. Unfortunately, looks like we're a little dry right now, but not much I can do about that. No rain in the forecast, and I'm not irrigating, so there's that. But it's funny, I go a little bit further in, and I'm finding spots now where we're up to, way better percentages. Already finished up the harvest here. Just doing the last little bit of baling. we got Hillary out doing the baling for us now. Finishing off the baling, and we've already got the other 30-acre field. Second headland's already in action. You can see they're already, working away on there, guys. It's looking pretty good. I have to admit, I'm actually pretty happy with how everything's going out. We got a truckload we're going to have to go dump out here pretty quick down at the oil mill, it looks like. Yeah, I think we'll be there pretty quick. So, pretty happy with everything. Baling's going well. Now, there is something you might have noticed a minute ago. Something we need to talk a little bit about. I've got my reasons for doing these baby bales again. I know we bought the big baler, but that little baby baler sometimes, on stuff like this, seems to work out a little bit better for us in some ways. Of course, we're selling these bales right away, so there's that. Yeah. I do have to stock them or store them on the field for the time being, since I don't have any storage at the farm. But you can see, I just kind of throw them in the corner here of this field while everyone else is off working in the other fields. And we'll come back and deal with these when we have a chance. But it's a lot of baby bales, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, no, we just sell these off right away. Now, the reason I'm using this, of course, we have the availability of it, and it does have the rake on that baler, so it does pull in any excess that might have kind of spilled out and over. It makes it a little bit easier for them to drive it. And so Hillary, it doesn't have to worry about missing a row, basically. She'll grab everything. And on top of all that, since it's the baby bales and not the big bales, nobody else really runs into them. Like, Gertie goes with the header on the combine. I don't have to worry about her really getting stuck on these things because they're so small. Also, Matilda with the cart, sometimes she can just roll right over top of them. Boom. And we're still getting the same amount of money for them, so what does it matter? I think it's actually a pretty good way of working that. I haven't usually done that in the past, but so far this is working out fairly well by using the baby bales rather than the giant bales. Now, if I can find a better solution for the amount of fuel this ram has been using, that might be nice as well. All right, Matilda just pulled up to the truck here. Looks like she's dumping, I think it was the last load probably fit in this. You know what, we'll jump up on top here, but it looks pretty good. So far, it looks good. On top, what do we got? Looks like we're full up on the truck here. You know what, let's go down to the oil mill. Yeah, we'll make a run down there. Now, this is something I do want to upgrade, of course, as well at some point. Not a great, I mean, it's okay. Not a great trailering system for this truck. I'm sure at some point I'm going to get in trouble for hauling this across the county. But it does work fairly well to get us down here, and we can load all our canola down into the oil mill relatively rapidly using this system. Just, I wouldn't mind having a proper truck and trailer to do this. The GMC we got is not going to be the model, that's for sure. Let's load this up. All right, see how much we got left in here. Wow, 150,000 liters of canola already in here. That's going to be a good harvest, guys. Baling has already begun over on the second 30-acre field. And like I said, the canola that we're getting off these fields, I want to get enough so that the mill is always running at full capacity on the canola. So that means I'm going to have to probably get another field, I think, with canola on it. These two 30-acre fields we're running right now are not making it so that it's enough canola in there. Well, it always dries up around May-ish, I believe, and it just sits idle until we harvest again. So that's my goal for the time being. So near future, we're gonna have to buy another field and upgrade this. The bales we're getting off this, though, guys, that's always just a nice little bonus, right? Another $50,000 more we're getting as extra income coming into the farm from just nothing, essentially. These canola bales, the straw bales, work out fairly well for us. I'm pretty happy about these. Now, as far as everything else goes, I'm still working the BGA, of course. We're still working away. I mean, 10, 11 years in, that's a good job. $120,000 a year, extra bonus money. But realistically, what we're going to make from the oil mill from this, I'm hoping for another $500,000 is really what I'm hoping for. We'll see if that's going to be enough to keep us going. But like I said, if we can get that oil mill with more harvests like this to operating all year round, that would be better. Now, do I expect that to happen anytime soon? No, I think we're going to have to wait another couple of years before we can have enough field space to do that. And on top of that, we still want to buy a field area where we can build our own livestock for our cattle. We're going to get a cattle operation up and running at some point here to kind of really put the old check mark on this ranch, guys. But that's it for the harvest. Let's put everything back into the bays. I'll have to give this all... Oh, you know what? We need to do a pretty deep cleanup on pretty much all of our equipment. Everything's looking pretty filthy right now. Yeah, even the trailer's like, ugh. Oh well, let's grab the pressure washer. We wheeled it right out here. We can just kind of go around in a circle and clean everything up. That actually won't be too bad. Scrub it up, dub. There we go. All right, we'll see you guys in a few months when we're ready maybe to start selling. Actually, no, I'll show you. We'll take care of some horses probably next month as well. Let's clean this up though. Like I said, I've got to take care of the horses. I'll make sure we're on top of the horses. It is only September. We won't be selling things off for a month or two. Usually December I started selling everything off. But this is one of the reasons we bought this Kubota right here, was just to grab pallets off of this and store pallets. Was a bit of a pain to get all the pallets up here otherwise. Now I can reach the third rack on this with these front arms. Maybe we'll go to like a skid steer at some point. Maybe I can just even get a forklift in here. That might be, oh, watch out, hit my own tractor. That may be the best bet going forward, but we'll see. Let's take this over and feed our horses with our oats, making sure they're all properly fed. I need to really be on top of these guys, so we're making sure that they all have the optimum amount of food, and we're working with them. I mean, we have some fowls coming pretty quick here. Grab a couple bales. Another reason to have the baby bales, I can just hand bomb them in like this. Rather than having the big bales and having to use the tractor, I can just grab baby bales and hand bomb them right on in. Awesome. Love that. And we have quite a few still left over from our last harvest, so we'll see if we sell anything off. I could sell off the big bales, I suppose. Let's go in and take a quick look-see and see how we're looking here. Now, still only, what, the 5 horses, I should say? That's still something we're going to have to be working on for the next little bit here to maximize these guys, I think. And by the weather, you can always tell it's selling season. Look at the rain come down. We got rain, we got sleet, we got snow. That means it's time for me to get on the roads and be a danger to everybody else on the highway. That's pretty much what that means. It's terrible, I know. Off to the oil mill, we're going down. We've got the Chevy top kick for the GMC. The GMC or Chevy? I think it's a GMC. We got the top kick with our curtain trailer, our side curtain trailer. We're gonna load up all the oil, and we've got to go sell that off. So down into Hobson we go. Let's get trucking. Yeah, this weather is terrible. This is ridiculous. Every time it's selling season, it seems like every time I've got to make road trips, we're dealing with cold and miserable weather. Actually, you know what? Looks like it might get a little bit better today. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Now we're just going as we just sneak around the backside of our horse pasture here, our equestrian pasture. That's something we're going to need to talk about, because you might have seen, well, some of the genetics of the makeup of our current horse situation. And to say it's not good is, well, it's an understatement. Speaking of not good. Huh. Well, let's load this trailer up. Let's load this thing up. Come on, where's all my oil? I got a couple pallets. Where's the rest? Come on. Oh, there we go. And everyone, they got to come outside and load it all up for me. I'm not doing it. That's better. There we go. Now we're loading up fast. That's better. Look at that. Decent amount of oil. Not a full trailer, mind you. I was hoping for a full trailer one of these days, but we still have a lot of canola left in there. So there'll be next year. There actually should be a lot more oil to ship with the amount of canola we still have left in there. And yeah, that actually should work out pretty good. Now, is that enough to go for the whole year, for like it working the whole year? Probably not. Like I said, we need another field still before we can really maximize our profits from the oil mill. But that's coming soon enough, I think. Anyways, what we should make off this, if we get over $600,000, I think we'll be looking pretty good. Now, what am I going to do with that $600,000? Like I said, first things I want to work on, of course, are the horses. I want to get a better situation with those horses. The genetics of the horses we currently have are not great. And on top of that, I kind of screwed us a little bit by picking up 4 stallions and 2 mares to begin with. I don't know what I was thinking there. I wasn't thinking. Let's just be honest. I wasn't thinking. And then, of course, we lost one of the mares, so I had 4 stallions and 1 mare. That poor girl. I felt bad for her. So we did fix that, mind you, didn't we? Oh, this hill. This hill is not great. Get up there. Come on. Get up there. Yeah, this thing. A single axle top kick, Chevy top kick or GMC top kick with a triple axle curtain trailer. I know there's not a ton of weight in there, but still, this thing is struggling up this hill. All right. So I need to move. I think what we're going to need to do is, I looked at the stallions that we currently own, and they're not exactly the most, they're not the best genetically. Let's put it that way. Let's maybe move the stallions, and we'll worry about that to begin with. But I've got some foals coming in the next couple of months, I believe. We'll worry about once they come out. Once we have them, and then we'll start making some decisions on where we're going to go moving forward. But I think the stallions are going to be what I'm going to worry about to begin with. I want to see if we can get the best possible stallions we can, and then worry about the mares later. I don't know, can we? Obviously, you can't change genetics after they've been born, right? Like, that's not something that we have any effect on, I don't think. From what I've seen so far, it seems like whatever we get for the genetics, that's the hand you've been dealt. So it's going to put a maximum on what you could possibly make off that particular animal when you go to sell, which good to know. All right. Oh boy, look at the money coming in. All right, that looks good. All right, I like that. Yeah, there we go. Over 600 grand. Yeah. That's not quite. Close enough, though. I'll take that. Anyways, I'll see you guys in a month when we finally get to figure out these animals. I've heard, we've been notified we do have a brand spanking new, a baby horse. We got a foal. Look at this. Ooh, those genetics do not look good. Those are terrible. Another stallion with terrible genetics. Great. Just really what I wanted. There she is. Yeah, seal brown stallion. Not great genetics. Huh. I don't think we can adjust any of that. I think that is what it is. Interesting. We can kind of go through the family tree and kind of see what else we have. Yeah, we can too. Look at that. Okay. So it's interesting. We can see the family tree now. Now, I'm assuming maybe you could slowly upgrade things with each horse, like as they got older. I don't know if that's possible. We might just cheat the system and buy better horses to begin with. I think that might be the play. I think if we maybe got rid of all our stallions that are currently of age, like we'll keep the newest one, the bebe. We'll keep the little foal, And we'll get rid of the 2 original stallions, though. Get them loaded up. Sell these guys off. And we'll see if we can get maybe just one. Like, really, just one really good stallion. Yeah. You guys are fine. You're fine for the time being. We'll see you guys in a little bit over here. Totally fine. They look a little disappointed in me. All right, off to the animal dealer once again, the trader. We'll see if we can figure this out and get the mess. Now, it seems like the money for stallions, there's not a ton. They don't cost that much to purchase, at least. That's one good thing. Everyone seems to want the desirable mares, so the amount of money we can make off those seems to be kind of, well, through the roof at times, depending on if we take care of them or not. And if we have a super desirable one, that will be kind of a huge amount of money. Like, we're talking 6 figures for a properly cared for high desirable mare, where the stallions, if we get 10, I think that's about where it's going to max out at. I mean, selling these 2, yeah, like $5,000 maybe. Yeah, not great, not a ton there. And what can we buy? What's the best stallion I can get right now? No. Ooh, chestnut. Chestnut looked good. That bay stallion. Oh, there we go. Bay stallion. There we go. It's 20 months. So not quite breeding age yet. Have to keep that in mind. That might be the best one we can find, though. Let's see, what else do we have? The seal brown. Yeah, it's only 17 months. It's good as well, though, as you can see. But I think that's an extra 3 months I need to wait before they're of breeding age. So I don't want to wait the extra 3 months. That's going to be the thing. So I want to get something that's, because we're going to want to be breeding as soon as we possibly can again. So I think we'll take this base stallion right here. I think that's going to be the play. Yeah, just one. We're going to get just the one. And yeah, we've got a really good stallion now, I think. So we'll take this back over to the farm. Hopefully this plan's going to work out. Looks good though. I'm liking this. Like I said, we'll start with a really high desirable stallion. We'll get him to breed with our current mares, and maybe we'll upgrade the mares here in a little bit. We'll see. I do need to build up. I need to start making a little bit of money. I just want to see what's going to happen going forward first. We've only bred one horse so far. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? I mean, it's a start. Edwin is our new stallion. I apologize for any Edwins, but that's not really a stallion name in my books. Do we have any? Is there any Eddies that follow? I don't know. Is it Edwin? I don't think I know an Edwin, to be honest, guys. Well, now I do. It's our stallion, and he's young. Hopefully he's up for the challenge here. He's going to be our only stallion for a little while. We do have the new stallion, but that guy's pretty young. We'll see if we even keep him. It's not exactly he's not exactly the most desirable stallion either. We might sell him off sooner than later, I think. All right, we're looking pretty good. We'll see what we get for our next foals. Another month gone by. We are into February, and yeah, I think I've got another horse. I think we've got one more horse coming, guys. Let's go take a look and see if we've had any better luck this time. Look, is that them laying out there? I think those are the 2 young ones laying over there, but we're back up a little bit here. You can see all our horses are looking decent. Where is our newest member? There we go. There we go. There's our brand new foals. Not bad. Average. Okay. So I think this one came from our good mare. I can't remember which one's the good one off the top of my head, but I think this is the foal from the mare that was the highest genetic ranking. Unfortunately, she was bred with a stallion that was subpar, so I got an average foal out of this. Which, okay, it's a mare though, at least, right? It's not another stallion, so we'll hold on to her. That's great, but Edwin, I need you to mature, is what I need. I need Edwin to mature up. Anyways, things are looking good here, guys. We're starting to figure out what we're going to do with this. Hopefully this all works out in the long run, but there's a lot more to this now, worrying about which horses to get and which ones not to. Anyways, I hope you're enjoying this one. Drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around the channel for more. Of course, check the playlist out, like I said in the past, if you want more videos on this one. But we'll see you guys in the next one, all right? This is Klutch from Judith Plains, trying to figure out this ranch. Over and out.